I was set to graduate from college in a few months, March 1968. I awoke to a voice telling me, "Don't make a sound or I will kill you." My screaming was instinctive, and I suppose I paid for that. I screamed, and the more I screamed, the more he hit me. Although there were 4 people in the apartment at the time, apparently no one heard me. When I tasted blood in my mouth from his brutal fist, the realization dawned on me that this man didn't care how much he hurt me, and was willing indeed to kill me. I felt the saddest I had ever felt in my short life. Not that I was going to die, but that I was going to die without being with any of the people who loved me. I acquiesced to the rape and tolerated the soft words of his affection for my titties, as he called them. I had become so passive, he could have performed a lobotomy on me, and I wouldn't have let out a peep. I waited a long time after he left to start screaming again. Finally, one of my roommates heard my desperate pleas. She called the police. I went into shock and was brought to the hospital. My neck was stitched up from the razor blade slice, which was way too scarily close to my jugular. The hospital took their version of a rape kit, including determining whether or not I had ovulated. I returned to the hospital 3 days later and was told that indeed I had ovulated and that there was a possibility that I had become pregnant. They informed me that abortion was illegal, even in the case of rape. They were sorry. I arranged an illegal abortion. The abortionist was an MD, and that felt safe to me. I went to my regular gynecologist and informed him that I was having an illegal abortion the next day and asked if I could come to him if there were any problems. After the abortion, I was staying with a friend. I never went back to the rape apartment, not even for my belongings. 3 days later, I was still feeling a great deal of pain, still bleeding, and I had a fever. And then I went a little mad. I thought I heard the door of the apartment open and yelled out for my friend. He didn't answer. I imagined that the rapist had found me again and was coming back. When my friend finally arrived home, I begged him not to take me to the mental hospital. I was ranting like a crazy person that I was not crazy. My friend took me to my gynecologist instead. I had a raging infection. A foot had been left in my womb. My doc performed a D&C. I was given a blood transfusion and rather massive amounts of antibiotics. I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. Some of my visitors were the police. Again, asked him for the names of the abortionist, which they did not get. The infection caused scar tissue in my fallopian tubes. I was unable to have children of my own. I adopted my beautiful baby many years later. I don't want a single other woman to have to endure what I went through, both physically and emotionally. My fear and sense of danger lurking outside my bedroom window lasted for 10 years. My story is only one of so many, too many of those days when abortion was illegal, and women lost their lives and their fertility. Let this not happen to our country again. This was written by Jane G. Goldberg, Ph.D., a licensed psychologist and certified psychoanalyst. My name is Tiffany Fink, and I'm going to be discussing with you today about illegal abortions and why they are not okay. When abortions are illegal, they are still sought after, but they are unhealthy and unsafe. The best way to ensure that safety, health, and care are the number one priority is to allow abortions to be legal. I'm going to discuss with you today about what is illegal abortion, how an illegal abortion is performed or accomplished, complications of illegal abortion, and some statistics regarding illegal abortions, and then we will conclude. An abortion is defined as an abortion performed contrary to the laws regulating abortion. Illegal abortions are often associated with life-threatening complications. Ways of accomplishing an illegal abortion. One is oral ingestion, which is taking something through your mouth that can cause your body to become sick and cause you to become ill with the hopes of terminating the pregnancy or aborting the fetus. There is insertion of treatments into the cervix, which means placing something, it can be a chemical compound of some sort, tree bark, into the vaginal area. And the last one is placement of foreign objects into the uterus through the cervix. Oral ingestion can be things like Clorox bleach, which is a cleaner, a disinfectant, and can be hazardous to your health. And another one is cottonseed oil, which is used for frying foods. Arak, which is a very strong liquor. And the last one I have an example of is turpentine, which is a paint thinner used to remove glues and nail polishes. The hope with these products is that you ingest them and become sick, again, aborting in hopes of aborting or terminating pregnancy. Insertion of treatments are things like misoprostol, which is something that is given to women to help induce labor. It softens the cervix, it causes dilation, and it can lead to, in legal cases, it can help induce labor. In other instances, it can cause termination of pregnancy. Another thing, an item is potassium permanganate, which is a water purifier, which is put into water to clean it and allow it to be drinkable. Another way to perform an illegal abortion is by placing foreign objects through the cervix and into the uterus, puncturing it. Things that are used in this nature are items such as hangers, needles, crochet hooks, catheters even are inserted into the uterus to help inflate the uterus, causing the cervix to open, aborting the child. And there's even been cases reported of women inserting chicken bones into their uterus. Complications and long-term effects of an abortion. Complications can result in high fever, infection, including infection to reproductive and upper genital tracts, organ and system failures, a high pulse up to 120 beats or more per minute, and shock. Other complications and long-term effects can include infertility,